There is a moment every warrior reaches, not when they feel strong, not when they feel prepared, but when turning back becomes more painful than moving forward. This moment is quiet, no witnesses, no applause, no dramatic music. Most people never reach it, and those who do rarely speak of it, because once you cross the line, there is no return. The line is not a place. It is not marked on the ground. It is not given to you by anyone else. The line is a decision made in isolation. Ancient warriors understood this deeply. Spartans crossed it when they burned their ships, removing every path home. Samurai crossed it when they severed their old name, accepting death before dishonor. Knights crossed it when they swore oaths that could not be broken, even under torture. The line is the moment you remove escape, not because you are fearless, but because retreat has become unbearable. Most men live with exits, backup plans, comfort paths, half commitments. They train, but only when it feels right. They endure, but only temporarily. They promise themselves change, with conditions. As long as escape exists, your mind will negotiate with pain. And pain is a master negotiator. This is why discipline collapses. This is why motivation fades. This is why years repeat themselves. The door is never fully closed. The line only appears under pressure, when you are exhausted, when doubt feels logical, when no one is watching, when quitting would make sense. This is when the mind speaks softly. Rest. Tomorrow. You've done enough. No one would blame you. But warriors learn something most never do. Comfort does not remove pain. It delays it and makes it grow. Crossing the line does not feel heroic. It feels cold, final, lonely. Because in this moment you stop asking if you will continue. You simply do. No emotion required, no motivation needed, no confidence involved. This is the moment you stop relying on feelings and begin acting from identity. You're no longer trying to become someone. You are. After the line, something changes. Fear still exists, but it no longer commands you. Pain still appears, but it no longer negotiates. Doubt still speaks, but it no longer decides. The internal argument ends. This is why warriors appear calm in chaos. Not because they feel calmer, but because the decision has already been made. There is only forward. You do not need a battlefield to cross the line. You cross it when you stop breaking promises to yourself, when you act the same in private as in public, when quitting is no longer an option you consider. The modern battlefield is internal, and most men lose it daily, not from weakness, but from never making a final decision. Here is the truth most avoid. Living without crossing the line is more painful than crossing it, because regret follows you quietly, because you replay missed chances, because you know exactly what you avoided. A warrior would rather face pain directly than live with permanent self-betrayal. If this unsettles you, that is a sign. The line does not announce itself. It waits. And when you cross it, no one will congratulate you, but your life will change permanently. Once you cross the line, something else disappears. The need to explain yourself. Warriors do not justify their path. They do not debate their discipline. They do not seek permission to endure. Explanation is a comfort behavior. It exists to soften judgment. But the warrior understands. Those who have not crossed the line will never understand it anyway. Silence replaces defense. Action replaces argument. This is where strength becomes quiet. Crossing the line is not about becoming more. It is about releasing what no longer belongs. The old habits, the old excuses, the version of you that needed comfort to survive. This is why the crossing feels heavy. You're not losing motivation. You're losing an identity. And the mind resists identity death more than pain. Warriors accept this willingly because they know nothing powerful is built on top of something weak. Here is the truth most people misunderstand. Warriors are not stronger than others. They simply removed quitting as an option. Once quitting disappears, endurance becomes automatic. You do not need courage every day. You do not need motivation every morning. You move forward because that is now who you are. This is the moment people mistake you for discipline. But discipline is no longer effort. It is default. Very few people will ever cross the line, not because they cannot, but because they will not. Crossing the line requires giving up comfort before receiving certainty. It requires faith without evidence, commitment without applause. This is why the warrior's path is narrow, and why those who walk it recognize each other instantly. No words required. If you are listening to this and feeling resistance, that is the test. The line appears when the mind says, "This is too much." Warriors do not wait to feel ready. They move anyway, not because they are fearless, but because they decided who they are going to be. The line is closer than you think. If you have crossed the line, you already understand. If you have not, this path exists to prepare you. This is not motivation. This is initiation. Subscribe to Warrior's Path and walk the road few are willing to take. Welcome to the path.